You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast, and I hope you're liking it as much as I am. I'm just rolling on the ground with laughter. This is so much fun. Are you enjoying it like I am? That's good. That's good. Anyway, here's looking at you. Here's treats. Don't punch that button. I'm not through talking.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libations.
Feel it.
We are artistic buffs, not artistic cream puffs. And this is a show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. For this show, we discuss the reopening of 1900 Park Fair. And look, this isn't your typical polished, practice, pixie dust and Disney podcast. No way. We are not in the parks every day, giving you a play-by-play of Tiana's Bayou Adventure construction.
That's right, Kev. We're just here to drink, talk some Disney, and tell you if what they're doing at the Grand Floridian is fair.
You guys have the easy part. All you got to do is listen up to hear what we think up while we drink up.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And I'm Rachel. And I really liked your pun, Danny.
It was very Muppet worthy, wasn't it? Yes, thank you.
It was. Anyway.
And look, the easiest way to support us is leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you access our show. Also, be sure to like and subscribe as well as turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. So look, guys, we have a lot to talk about today, so enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go discuss 1900 Park Fair. Step right into the queue, the segment in which we get to discuss all the news and happenings in the world of Disney today. And the big news we have to discuss, and if you've ever been a listener to the show, you know we love this place. 1900 Park Fair is reopening.
Ooh-wee.
I am very happy to say that.
I wish I could.
It's supposed to reopen on Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. And Rachel, it's supposed to start booking. Do you remember when it's supposed to start taking bookings?
March 5th.
March 5th, 2024. Okay, so if you want to book for that.
Yeah, so if you are not booked with me, which, why not?
Come on, yeah, seriously, really.
Tell them something.
Reach out.
Let them learn.
Yeah. If you're not booked with me, you got to be prepared because that first day, March 5th, is going to be crazy trying to get reservations because everybody who has a trip that is April 10th between whatever 60 days from March 5th is, which is probably somewhere in early May. So really like almost a month of people traveling are all going to be trying to get reservations at 6 o'clock in the morning on March 5th. So if you aren't booked with a travel agent, book with a travel agent because they will handle that mess for you. And I do guarantee it will be a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the good news about having a travel agent is that we have seen so many of these messes that we know how to handle them.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
If you want some gladness, book with Rachel to avoid this March Madness.
Well, not only that, there's a network of travel agents that they deal with. So when one cancels, like, oh, my client can't make it, they pass on the reservation to the other.
They do.
Oh, but Rachel, I'm DVC. I booked my own room. Can you still help me?
Man, you.
Yeah, why you all big? Pay privilege every day.
So,
Ouch.
I can still help you if you get tickets through me. You just have to do some kind of booking through me. And I do tickets only.
Oh, hey.
Never mind. We love you, Kevin.
So how you doing?
Yeah, I'm
Let
going
me
to
hold
May
you the
so
bill
she
of
can
the
help
day.
me.
Yeah.
No, it's
Sweet
okay.
man, you.
Can we spoon real quick?
Hey, come here.
Always.
You want me to
All
kiss
So anyway, if you have a trip from April 10th through the beginning of May, you're going to want to be on it March 5th, or reach out to your travel agent ahead of time, and I will be on it on March 5th. And then after the fact, it'll just be normal after that.
Okay.
Just you're 60 days out.
Well,
But,
Rachel, you will
yeah.
be my travel agent because by the time my window opens, I'll be in the heaps of fall 2024 registration for these college students
That's right.
where I work at. So I ain't got time to think.
March Madness.
So I
in
got to
full
trust
effect.
March Man. All kind of
Need
madness.
Coach
in full
Rachel
effect.
right there to give you the right tips.
They want to
Book that
graduate, so
trip.
you got to get their classes. So I can't have time to think of anything
All the
else.
heaps.
Yeah.
That's it. Look, 1900 Park Fair is opening, guys.
Ooh-wee.
However, it will look a little different than what it was before it closed for the lockdown.
Don't say it's different. We like it traditional.
Nope.
We're not used to all this change.
Look, Eli, let's discuss what Disney has announced first.
Yes.
Shall we? In full disclosure, I'm getting this information straight from the Disney Parks blog, should you feel the need to verify my source.
Are they lying to us?
They're not. Look, to start off, the characters are different. As you remember, this is the place in which it's a character meal buffet. And the last time I was there, it was Cinderella's Ever After dinner featuring Cinderella, her hubs, Prince Charming, and her two stepsisters.
And Lady Tremaine.
And that's right, Lady Tremaine. And they also had Alice in Wonderland, the tea party, plus they also for breakfast, they did all that stuff.
Yes,
fun
Winnie the Pooh,
stories.
Tigger,
all
Mad Hatter,
that.
Mary Poppins,
Mary Poppins come by.
supercalifragilistic.
We could all agree, great themes there, right?
Classic. They're
Awesome
the classics.
themes there.
This is the pillar of Disney's storytelling characters, right? This is what we grew up
Storytelling,
on.
themes. There's a cohesive thing. When they reopen, we will have a new group of characters.
New group.
To help you celebrate,
Okay.
and I quote, celebrate the power of a wish.
Celebrate.
These are characters that will help you celebrate the power of a wish. Number one, of course, Cinderella's coming back. No stepsisters, no hubs, no stepmom, no nothing. Just by herself. She's
What a
returning as
bummer.
herself. I know. It's just her.
They were fun.
They were fun. I love my daughters loved them. They were a lot. They were very engaging. It was awesome.
Okay, so can we jump ahead a little bit here?
Yes,
because
please.
Every great character meal needs a foil. You need that one person in there that can act the fool. You need a bad guy or a Mad Hatter
Or like Stitch.
or yes, somebody
To
that
shakes it up.
yes, that is not traditional.
Oh, crazy.
Oh my God, it's so happy to be here. Thank you so much. It's so wonderful. Blah, 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 blah.
Those princess meals, what?
Yes.
The Mad Hatter is perfect for that. Villains are perfect for that, where they can really engage beyond the typical, oh, thank you for being here kind of
Oh yeah, the Wicked Stepsisters were great.
Oh, yeah.
they engaged my daughters, and they were lovely.
And they interacted
They
with one another.
interacted. They had their mannerisms, everything. It was a lot of fun. They thought they were a lot of fun.
They have such a fun shtick with the like they're like kind of mad that they're not treated like princesses, but they're still like fun. You know what I mean? Like they're like the evil queen is genuinely scary for little kids, but the evil stepsisters, even though they're supposed to be evil, they're actually just fun.
Oh,
they're like
great.
silly.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're so great. Like we went up with them to get their autograph one time, and Heidi was dressed as a princess or something, and they like sat down with her and they let her like sit in their lap, and they did this whole silly thing about, they were like, oh, is this story about us? And then they like, it was so cute. Anyway, they're the best. I love them.
Oh no, they rocked. It's so much so that my daughters, like when Cinderella and her hubs came around, they were just like, oh, they're kind of boring. Like
They are boring.
so kind of like bougie.
Yes.
The stepsisters are awesome. I want to come back around.
You know who else is fantastic is Gaston. Get that guy in more
Yes.
places.
Oh,
There you
Gaston
go.
rocks.
Good, well, Gaston.
He's
another
so
one.
funny.
Yes, absolutely.
He lives a dream.
So funny.
But like you said, going back to the old school, I mean, like Tigger always did it for me. Like any story that I ever had when I was there was, again, to stick with a mischievous character. Those are the stories where you remember those people in regards to how they interacted with you and your guests. I mean, of course, you take the photo ops with the proper ones, but the fun stories you tell with your family is with the mischievous ones. So
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. You get more feedback from them.
yes,
They're a perfect foil outside of the whole, it's just so wonderful to have you here kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the characters that you will get to celebrate the power of a wish with when they reopen. First of all, like I said, Cinderella just by herself, unfortunately. And then we have Aladdin, but not just Aladdin. We have Aladdin in his Prince Ali look.
Who cares?
where Jasmine is.
Yeah, because otherwise he's like naked.
which is fine. I mean,
Not
you know,
for me. I ain't trying to eat scrambled eggs. See this dude
Yeah,
naked?
but Eli, it's hot in Florida. You know that.
No, it's humid in Florida.
And hot. It's hotter than here in Louisiana.
If I want hot, I want to see Jasmine. I don't want to see no Aladdin.
I'd wear Aladdin's outfit just because it's so freaking hot.
But no Jasmine?
No, well, they just said Aladdin.
I
No
can't eat
extra
this
Jasmine.
breakfast right now. I can't eat
But
this
if you're looking for me females, Eli, we got Mirabelle from Encanto.
Fun.
It ain't
Okay.
Jasmine.
She might be fun though.
And we got Tiana.
Oh well, Tiana will definitely be fun, but Mirabelle could be fun. I haven't met her yet, but she's not like your normal princess. You know what I mean? She's like kind of quirky, and she could be fun.
Well, no, look, I get it. That's these are new infused characters coming in. But I mean, yeah. I mean, this is the 18 though. Right?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. It's like whereas the other character meals had like a theme. It's like these are just like a bunch of characters thrown together.
It's a hodgepodge of
Yeah.
like a
different-
motley crew of Disney characters for sure.
Yeah.
Just for a powerful wish.
Why not Jasmine though? Jasmine fits in that completely. Jasmine though, awesome. She fit in anything. But I'm just saying, how does Aladdin that's a weird hodge.
You got one male, 3 females.
I think they needed a boy. In their mind, they needed a boy, and that's why they threw Aladdin in there.
You know what though? I'm just thinking about that theme, the power of the wish. All of those characters have a story arc where they wished, and then at the end of their movies, it worked out.
That's fair.
And I know that there's a lot of characters like that, but these ones specifically, right, are like rags to riches characters.
Pinocchio, he had wish. He ain't in there.
He ain't there. Ain't there no
That's
more.
true.
Yeah. The storytelling might be a little more modern to your point.
Rachel's explanation is the best explanation I've heard thus far to explain why this grouping of characters are together, because none of them fit the resort.
Yeah.
None of
Right.
them
Not
fit-
even a little.
Like, how do you have an antique pipe organ and carousel horses as part of your decor and there's no Mary Poppins? How do you do that? How do you have artwork of Alice in Wonderland on your walls and you have the Alice in Wonderland splash play area out in the, and there's no, I mean, these are the two characters, Mary Poppins and Alice in Wonderland, that have defined, it's what's defined the Grand Floridian since opening.
Absolutely. It's a classic
It has
look,
nothing to
classic
do with
style.
the Grand.
Right.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
And these
yeah,
are classic characters. Even before Disney went and revitalized them, these characters had already existed previously, which I always thought was a
Right.
homage to that level of storytelling.
The Grand Floridian used to have an Alice in Wonderland tea party. They had an Alice in Wonderland
It was
fireworks
so
party.
fun.
Yes. They had the water playground area that I just mentioned, how the characters were even
Yes.
there when they opened the DVC resorts. I mean, Alice in Wonderland is integral to the Grand Floridian. Then there's Mary Poppins. You've got the Mary Poppins themed rooms. They even rethemed Citricos to go along with Mary Poppins. The Penguin Wares, they have their very own fountain in the lobby of the villas. I mean,
Yeah, so pretty.
there even used to be that Mary Poppins topiary outside. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Oh,
with the
no, I
umbrella.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a
really awesome.
big time. You had to take a picture in front of that every single time. Mary Poppins, Alice in Wonderland, they were integral to the Grand Floridian.
I feel like they've been screwing with the Grand Floridian for a while though, because they put in that enchanted rose bar that had nothing to do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I would agree with that in a sense, but I can at least get behind the idea of the enchanted rose bar from the idea of, okay, we're going to distance ourselves from this idea that the Grand Floridian is this seaside, beachside resort set with this Americanized Victorian ambiance. We're going to go ahead and say Grand Floridian is just elegant. And since we're embracing the Europe, because I mean, let's face it, I mean, the original characters over at the breakfast over at 1900 Park Fair, it was Mary Poppins, Alice in Wonderland, Mad Hatter, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, the exact same characters that you would find if you went to the United Kingdom Pavilion over in Epcot. You'd find those exact same characters over there. That was the idea, is that this is the elegant resort. So if you wanted to put Beauty and the Beast in there, it's, to Rachel's point, it's a bit of a stretch, but I can at least, I'll play ball.
They're connected by a channel.
Thank you. It's European. So now instead of United
Sure.
Kingdom,
Okay.
it's a European
It's a European
influence.
thing, yes.
It's elegance. It's ambiance.
Yeah.
I could at least go along with that. But so you're gonna put Tiana in there, and you're taking her out of her ball gown, and you're putting in her swamp clothes. Really?
And they're not even
Really?
swamp clothes.
Daddy,
do it, people.
They look like what Jane wore in freaking Tarzan.
Yes.
They're promoting that ride. That's all.
No,
That's what I
that's
said.
exactly. That's
this
a
whole
business
thing
thing.
is about
That's what I
marketing.
said.
It's a-
like
it's about
literally
marketing,
the whole character list is about
Yes.
marketing.
That's what I.
What Rachel
to
said.
you.
That's exactly
is
it.
what made me think this is the coming attractions breakfast. Except for Aladdin, I can't explain that except you needed a boy.
Right. I think it's what you said. They were like, "Oh shoot, we need somebody for the boys.
Right.
What
Yeah.
are we gonna do?"
Oh, let's throw Aladdin in
But
there.
when
Yeah,
we
of course.
find out what's going on the other side of Big Thunder Mountain, I firmly believe Mirabelle will be over there.
Yeah.
When? When are we
know-
going to find that out?
I don't know when breakfast opens. I don't know.
They're gonna. I mean, I know we're gonna talk about Epic Universe coming up at least pretty soon.
At some
but
point, yes.
At some point.
yes, but Disney's gonna have to respond. I mean, this
Yes.
thing is. They can't. If Josh tomorrow gets out there in August at D23 and he does a little bit more of his like pencil scribbles on paper and he's like, "Don't quote us, guys, but here's what we're thinking." I don't think that's gonna fly at this
No.
point.
No,
I think people are gonna be like, no.
No, and to Rachel's
Nothing.
point, we're going to do this Epic Universe show, and you're going to the Universal has said we know what's beyond, and we're building it. And here's the pictures because people all of social media are taking pictures of our stuff. It's happening.
Yes.
It's not Disney hold my beer. Universal is literally like Disney hold my 30 rack.
Dude, it's amazing.
Wow.
I can't wait to do this show
Nice.
because it's like Universal's like holding Disney's. I don't want to be crass. They're holding Disney's to the fire, like big time. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
They're not. Yeah, these executives are not creative people, as most executives in a company like this should be, but they are not. It's like, hey, look, well, this is basic. These are the metrics. Blah blah blah. I'm like, look, metrics are nice. They're a measurement, but you can't. This is creativity. It has no boundaries. So, if anything, if they're going to do this for a breakfast, I was like, why not just have a nice, huge roster of characters that you just rotate out? Because obviously, in this case, having the standard, here are some characters, love them because we're going to force you to like them, doesn't make sense. You've expanded your roster, totally get that, but give us more.
Make it a mystery. Like, make it a mystery bag.
That
Yeah.
would be
Change them out
awesome.
all
Absolutely.
the time. Like, make it a training. You know, like whoever you have training, give them like a random, I don't know, like that.
Something.
What was that going on in Epcot? You can find those rare characters, and it's like always a training thing. I forget. It's like near the
yes.
America Pavilion. Like sometimes you can look into it.
It's that lost pavilion in between.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Where they used
Yeah.
to do the Millennium Celebration
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it's not announced or anything. You just walk by sometimes, and there's all these rare characters down there.
It's awesome,
That
yeah.
would be cool.
Right.
I feel like you would get a bunch of people like coming to that if it was just a grab bag. Like, oh, you won't find out who's there, and then no one complains if someone's not there.
Well, they could even bring in like historical characters too. Sure.
I don't have a problem with the idea,
But
but this is the mother Grand Floridian.
I know, but it's changed. So
Come on.
This is how weird progression works, right? It's a traditional thing. I totally get that.
That's fine. Experiment at the
I understand.
20 different restaurants that have Mickey, Minnie, some
understand.
combination of Donald and Goofy, and experiment at those restaurants. This is monorail loop rush. This is the Grand Floridian.
Well, this is fancy pants stuff.
No, this was touted to be their flagship.
Right.
resort.
Yes.
You literally walk into the Grand Floridian and you say to yourself, holy crap, I can't afford to stay here.
I don't belong here.
Yeah. And
But
so
I do.
I totally, well, yeah, but I get that it has a traditional style. And I do think they should keep the style. But if these people are just taking over and doing whatever they're going to do, then they're going through this weird transitional period, right? And in such, please don't just make it something simple like, oh, well, we're making a ride. Throw this character in there. They'll like it because you don't know what anyone's going to like. You got trillions of people that go in there.
The Grand Floridian doesn't go under any transitional. If you wanted to say, hey, Topolino's, we want to do an Encanto themed, even though it doesn't fit. But if you wanted to say at Topolino's, we're going to do an Encanto themed character breakfast.
Based on a drink or something.
Right. You could have Mirabelle, you can have Luisa, you can have Isabella, you can have Bruno, All of them. You can have them all. You can have a whole.
That would be an awesome character.
That would be
breakfast,
an
by the way.
awesome-
I would like a really strong woman carrying all the drinks with like one hand. That would be pretty awesome.
And you wouldn't be taken away because there are a dozen places where people can see Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy and all of them.
You guys, copyright Magic Our Way 2024.
Thank you.
They need to do an Encanto breakfast
Oh God,
at
yes.
Toledo Steak and Tapas at the Coronado Springs.
Yes.
Done.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that would be so bananas. You would like the trying to get those reservations would be a nightmare. Holy
Dude,
Lord.
that'd be nuts.
my-
Especially if you got Bruno. Holy crap.
Yes.
Forget about that.
Yes.
It's done.
Why did they not do that?
I don't know why don't they do
I don't
that.
know.
It's still hot.
Same with Port Orleans. Why not have a Tiana restaurant in Port Orleans?
See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why not have a character meet and greet with Tiana? And you could have Lewis and you can have Dr. Facilier.
They already
You
got
can have-
beignets. They got all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, creativity is just not there in executive.
Well, they're not. Yeah, exactly. You know,
I-
they're
that's
definitely
my
not thinking about it.
opinion.
And look, since we're talking about food, just to clarify this, but it'll still be a buffet as we know it. 1900 Park Fair. It'll be buffet for breakfast and dinner, and so they specify that specifically in those wordings on the Disney Parks blog. It is breakfast and dinner. Did this place ever do lunch? Did they ever do it?
No,
No, they never did lunch, right?
It never did.
Breakfast
No.
was pretty late, though, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was,
the
and,
same.
it was, and dinner started at like 3:00.
Yeah. Okay. So they just needed some time to change over. So yeah.
well, and they did that tea party in the middle.
Right. It's
Yes.
true.
Alice in Wonderland.
So they had all that. So a couple of things that we're returning. Returning is the strawberry soup for any listeners that love that. I never had the strawberry soup, but apparently it's popular. It's a
Really?
cold soup.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
Oh,
You lost me at cold soup.
you lost me at strawberry and cold.
Have you had that, Rachel? Have you had the strawberry?
I have. Yeah, I have.
And what do
It's like a strawberry smoothie in a bowl.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like genuinely, like make yourself a strawberry smoothie and pour it in a bowl.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
give me a
Ta-da.
mimosa. Give me a mimosa in the bowl.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Okay. And in addition, they say that this place will have, and I quote, new menu offerings dreamed up by our talented chefs to pay tribute to some of the characters and stories you'll encounter throughout the restaurant. End quote.
Oh Lord, you guys are gonna get upset about New Orleans cuisine again.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Is Tiana going to bring her gumbo? Are they going to have other Louisiana food?
Dude, if they put gumbo in an omelet, I'm done.
No, jumbo.
No, not in
Gentlemen,
I'm saying
gentlemen,
gumbo,
gentlemen,
jambalaya, whatever
wait,
else.
Wait. Forget about the friggin'. They've got Tiana walking around in a jacket and ascot and riding boots to go
Oh,
in the swamp.
they're in Jane's outfit.
Y'all are gonna. This is where we're drawing the line.
But he was moving
At her
into
food?
He was moving into food.
Tiana looks like she should be jumping hurdles in the Olympics on horseback.
No, she should be in
Yeah,
Tarzan
with
doing
Big
that
Frida.
story.
Right.
Going Queen Tiana.
Like, guys, I don't look. If you ever have any intention to come to Louisiana,
Oh, my
doing
goodness.
a swamp tour, I guarantee you, swamps are hot. They're muggy. They're humid.
We're not wearing that.
As Stacy would say, you're gonna get wet. If you wore what Tiana's wearing, you'd have fainted from dehydration within 15 minutes.
So again, we have been brought down again. We can't even have our body
No!
be properly represented.
What do you tell the design? We want swamp casual. Like, what do you come up
Swamp
with
casual.
for that outfit? We want something that blends Downton Abbey with Duck Dynasty. How do you come up with a look for somebody going to the swamp? Have you ever seen swamp people or duck? They're in overalls.
Yeah.
They're not wearing.
Today's fashion that we're going to be having today is alligator teeth
We're wearing
upon.
Cage of Reeboks.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
White plastic
This is-
boots.
Wow.
It's just
Do fancy people go to swamps?
no.
But they're fancy.
No,
people in the swamp.
but fancy people have no choice but to run into swamps around here.
What did George W. wear when he came to New Orleans after Katrina? I wonder
suit,
what he
I
wore.
think.
Well, I was running for my life.
I think
back
he wore
then.
a
I don't know.
I don't think he came here. I think he just flew over.
Yeah. Oh, like, I
to
want
be
land.
fair.
Yeah. There's too much water there.
Oh, he did. He did stop by. He's wearing a blue button-up shirt and some gray, like, what do you call those? Slacks, I guess. Dressy pants, like business. He's like business cat.
Business casual.
Ah,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Business
That's
casual
good.
are people in trauma.
But did he go into a swamp?
I'm just.
No, he's not in a swamp here.
Thank you.
He's right. Danny's right on this.
He would have been soaked by the time he got out of there.
But just the fact that Tiana is a princess. That's like saying, okay, let's take Cinderella and not show her when she was going to the the ball or anything, like in their best look. Let's just put them at their worst look.
I'll take Tiana in a floor-length Mardi Gras ball gown.
Oh, just her ball gown would have been perfect.
Ball gown
Yeah,
would've
but
been
I was
great.
just a preppy place. It's
Stick her in a ball gown. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger have their own little meet and greet over at the Crystal Palace. I would have been fine saying we're going to pull Winnie the Pooh and we're going to pull Tigger out of here. Alice will stay, Mary will stay, and then we'll have Tiana and whoever. I'm sorry, Mirabelle just doesn't fit.
She's humble too. Cool character, but humble in outfit. Like the Grand Floridian has a certain style and a certain look.
100%,
So therefore, anything that is put in there to represent a character in there has to be at its best style, right? But if they take these characters, and I get it, maybe it's because there's a ride, or maybe there's a sequel, or maybe it's for a progressive whatever politic thing. But can we have them at their
You just
best?
touched on something here.
That's all I do. I just skimmed the land.
Is that a possibility?
It's always a yeah.
No. I'm saying, is that a possibility? Is that's what this whole thing? It's diversity and inclusion all over again at the expense of storytelling.
Yeah.
It's let's get people of different as many.
Ethnicities, and they're in this fancy place. Look, now again, we are not Disney executives. We do not talk to Disney executives, but this is just how it looks. So anybody listening, there you go. Go ahead.
Dude, though, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes 100% sense. Like, I've got no other, except for Rachel's theory about the wish thing. I have no other.
No,
theory.
that's the other best explanation for it. Yeah.
It's diversity and inclusion.
But why put them in a look that is still not the best rep?
Oh, like Aladdin, they put like in Prince Ali.
Exactly.
Whoa. That makes sense, though. Why wouldn't Aladdin dress up? He's going to the Grand Floridian. Tiana's dressing down.
I feel like they're all in their wish come true clothes, right? So like Cinderella's going to be in her wish come true dress. Aladdin's going to be in his wish come true prince outfit. Mirabelle doesn't change clothes, so no, that's that. And then Tiana's in her clothes where her dream comes true, which is her restaurant, right? And so she's like in her fancy swamp chic so that she can go out and get the ingredient that she's missing for her restaurant. Because her dream was never to be a princess. So it makes sense that she's not in that princess dress because that was not her wish.
Yeah, but shouldn't she be in a cook outfit or have her own restaurant?
She got to be cooking the food too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, but that's her
the Tiana
dream.
thing's- it's just like straight up marketing. I can't make it anything else.
No.
I'm just
No, God bless you for trying, Rachel.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, but you making it sound like a derogatory thing. I'm not saying it's a derogatory thing. She got to cook the food too. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to have her own place. She's Leah Chase. She's Dookie Chase's.
She
Mama.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, well then fine. Let her cook up something specific for you, or a person do that, and then say, "Hell, can you sign my autograph sheet?"
Being autographed in the beignet.
Yeah, I mean that's actually different, right? How often do you get to see a character cook the food for you?
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're making a good point because if they were all in their wish come truth kind of clothing like Rachel, which I think is a great.
It's a great, yeah.
It's a
it's really
great
good, yeah.
hypothesis. Then Tiana should not be in her swamp clothes, though. She should be in her chef clothes, because that was her dream. And really, Aladdin. Now that I think about it, Aladdin shouldn't be in his Prince Ali outfit because his dream was to be with Jasmine. He just used that.
That was his.
What I'm talking about. Like,
His wish was to be a prince.
His wish was to be a prince. That is fair.
But he
Yeah,
wanted
but
to
with
be,
Jasmine.
he was a prince because he needed to be a prince in order to be Jasmine. Though.
Right, that's fair
So,
too. But he
wanted to be with Jasmine.
He had to make the
and
prince
Jasmine's
wish.
not in there.
But to Rachel's point, he had to make the prince wish to get to the. So that makes
because he
sense.
thought that he needed to be a prince in order to get to Jasmine.
Wait, I'm sorry. Help me here. What was Mirabelle's wish? I've seen this movie at least 3 times. I don't remember. Mirabelle's got denied, is what I remember.
Right. Well, her wish was to have a power or like a special ability because everybody else in her family did. And she ended up finding out that her like special ability, like the thing she was meant to do, was to keep the family together. And so she ends up doing that.
Yeah. But then there's no family there. So, yeah. I don't know. This is so confusing.
That's like she's after the fact. I don't know.
Yeah. This is really, really, really confusing.
It would have been easier to just stick with the traditional aspect of it, because I get a renovation, but not a complete change of. And that's why I was trying to just be a person that would stick to a hybrid. In other words, like, okay, fine, you want a new roster, but have your old roster that people are used to.
This is really, I'm with you on this one. Like, why not put, okay, so Mirabelle really does not fit this, but if you wanted to put Prince Ali in there and you wanted to put Tiana in there in her ball gown so she fit the elegance, that would work. And then you keep Mary Poppins, because, I mean, the resort is, if you have Mary Poppins themed rooms and you have a Mary Poppins themed restaurant, you have no place to meet Mary Poppins.
Exactly. And Mary Poppins is like, that's style. Like,
that's class.
Yeah. Like, even I'm like, oh man, like I'm not dressed good. I just woke up and put on my slippers. I can't take a picture with her. And that's okay, because that again is the look of that area.
It's disappointing. The only thing I can say is, to Rachel's point earlier, that maybe this is kind of a coming attractions kind of thing, and that maybe they'll revisit this after Tiana, hopefully, knock on wood, gets her own restaurant when they open her attraction. And then
I think it's going to be a quick service.
So
I don't think they'll have a character. But I think she is doing a meet and greet though, like over there.
But you got
already announced.
But why not put? There's like at least
put way over there. If she's gonna get her own attraction, you're banking on this.
But there's at least 3 Disney princesses meals. Why can't Tiana be a part of Cinderella or Akershus or Oh, I'm blanking. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's only 2. Rachel, help.
Yeah, there's just 2.
There's just 2. Okay.
You might be thinking about, there was a breakfast at Trattoria Al Forno that had Rapunzel and Little Mermaid, but they got rid of that.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Why not have Tiana included in that?
The princess one at Akershus is very like rotating. They have rotating princesses in there.
Yeah. You know what? I take it back. I kind of answered my own question, because it is literally ludicrous to put Tiana as part of somebody else's restaurant when her dream was to open her own restaurant. Tiana needs her own restaurant.
She does.
This is again just another example to me of them trying to
make it work.
Make Tiana
shoehorn it.
Yeah, whenever, like, hey, where's the Swiss Army knife? Find the Tiana, plug it in there.
Like MacGyver.
I don't like how they use Tiana.
I agree with that, because again, there's a certain set of invisible rules with this kind of diversity inclusion thing. And I know a lot of people do classes, and I don't need to get into all that stuff. But the main thing is this character is strong enough that Disney said, here, you get a whole attraction. Here, we're going to put you here, put you there. Okay, well, now let's just put your money where your mouth is. This is the story that you gave this character to give her all the glory. You know what I'm saying? Like, change the name. If it's Tiana's restaurant now, don't do 1900 Park Fair. Change it to whatever her restaurant wanted to be. You know, now that goes with the theme of the wish. She's cooking. You can put in t-shirt and jeans or whatever. You got people at dress. She's telling them, do this, make the omelet. Don't put mushrooms in it for that guy.
There you go.
That's from Magic Our Way. He hates mushrooms in his omelets.
That's Tiana.
Right.
What you just said.
I know. What I'm saying is, like, okay, fine, do that.
Yes.
But don't, like you said, don't shoehorn a character to say, oh yeah, this should just fit because we're just doing all this other stuff to build around it. No, if you're going to build around a character, make that character the character.
Exactly. It's like they want to buy into Tiana, but they just don't want to build her anything.
It's intrepidation.
They want her to take over other things. They don't want to invest completely into her.
And that does no justice to the character.
It does no justice to Yeah, it's screwing Tiana.
Well, to go along with that,
yes, sir.
There is still carousel theming that will be prominent throughout the restaurant.
Jesus.
Some obvious and some hidden, of course. But
Carousel.
the big thing...
Okay.
You're going to do carousels without Mary Poppins.
That's what they're doing, yeah. But the big thing that they're doing is that the fact that Big Bertha, that organ, that antique organ used to hang out on the wall,
Damn.
they moved her off the wall by the ceiling to the main dining room where she is on display as the main dining room centerpiece.
Is somebody playing it or something?
No,
it plays itself.
Yeah.
All right. So for all of y'all out there right now that are like, diversity and inclusion, that's just a great thing and good for Disney. And this is the bad side of diversity and inclusion right here.
Absolutely.
Is when storytelling and sense and experience takes a backseat to stick
Politics
it in there.
and yeah.
Yeah.
I really think that this has more to do with marketing than it does with diversity and inclusion.
I think they're related.
I would agree.
This is something we've covered for years. We've seen it coming. We've seen things be gone because of what people have voted for. And the unfortunate part is that people don't know what they want. They just figure, just put it up there. Let's see what happens. And so everybody just reacts. But no one is proactive to the point where they say, okay, but how does it affect what we do as a company? Because this is something that you're investing in this person, and it doesn't help anyone if the purpose is to say, oh, this is you. You could be this. You could be that. It doesn't help that person. Trust me when I tell you this. I'm not related to Disney, but as an artist, I know. You want some stories? There's a Patreon thing. I give you all the stuff you want to know. But trust me when I tell you, you have to give that character the proper setup, the proper respect, and then the proper push. You can't just put them in a spot and be like, yeah, you'll work because everybody wants you there. That's not how it works. It's not a student council election in high school.
Yeah.
But that's how they're doing it, though.
I would go with, like, 'cause I think Rachel's got a good point in marketing, and I think Eli's got a good point in the sense that this is diversity and inclusion. I would say the one thing that throws me out of the diversity and inclusion is Prince Ali. What the is he doing there?
He represents the Middle East.
But that's to Eli's point of diversity and inclusion.
Oh, what he's saying how can Prince Ali be marketing?
I'm saying yes, exactly. There's two theories put out there: Eli's theory of diversity and inclusion, and Rachel's theory of marketing. Rachel's theory is true because Tiana's coming up with a new attraction. They're sticking her in swamp clothes. Mirabelle, we suspect. This may be jumping the gun.
No. The point is that this is, I mean, it's both points.
Yeah,
it's a business decision based upon data purely rather than storytelling. That's it.
Yes.
Right.
The data shows that these are the characters that people relate to the most, so therefore we have to put them into a money-making machine other than something that makes sense together. Correct. And that's it. That's it.
Yes.
So it's both marketing and we're incorporating both concepts here.
Yes, but the diversity part it won't have the same power in the long term.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because they still have it. They can still argue that they have it.
No, that's fair. No, it's there. It's now. And then when somebody says, no, we want all aliens, and the next thing you know, it'll be eating blue pancakes.
But the point is that that's the depth of their argument.
Yeah,
that's it. They don't go any deeper than that.
I'm just saying, like, I understand that people. I'm just going into like fans, right? Fans, they want to see a representation of themselves, and they want it done right.
I disagree with that.
That's how this.
I understand that's what corporate business people think is that people, in order to identify with a character, has to see a character that looks like them. I agree with your point. If you what you're saying is that business-minded people seem to believe that people will not get behind a project unless they see somebody that looks like them. I agree with that. That's what they believe. Do I believe that's what the public needs? No. Absolutely not.
And I was going
absolutely
forward.
not.
No, I was going forward. with that.
Okay.
No, it's fair. No, it's cool. But that's the thing is that in order for this to have some sort of true longevity and some sort of, equal thing across the board, because you don't want to use that as how you propel these different characters forward, right? I mean, that's not what you want to do. You want to give them the same credibility that you gave the characters before them. And that's not the foundation you want these guys to stand on, in my opinion. I don't think that's what you want to do. You don't want to shoehorn people into stuff.
Well, they've already done it with Tiana. They're shoehorning into Splash Mountain, and that's what we were talking about earlier. It's not fair to her.
And it's exactly. So it ends up eating itself, because then when everybody comes in, and like you asked them, like, oh, I want to see the Little Mermaid. I just use that example. I want to see Little Mermaid, because she's different. Totally get that. And then when you see them, you're like, well, good. You go, if they do Little Mermaid 2 with her, you're going to see her. I don't know, it was all right. Like, this is what you want. This is what you want. Like, you're not worried about how the character's built, nothing like that. You're just worried about what the visual is. So look, support that if you want. But yeah, people are fickle.
I still don't know what to make of any of this. I just want to be clear. I don't know if this is diversity and inclusion. I don't know if this is coming attractions. I don't know if this is just
It's a
marketing demographics, as Kevin has postulated.
I'm gonna say it's both. Yeah,
It's
It could
both.
be.
Theory.
It could be.
it's
all
absolutely
the above.
both, and I guarantee you, in a few, maybe a year or so, the characters will change.
But that's the problem. This is so pro-business and anti-artist.
Well, that's the thing.
These are decisions
the
not
issue.
being made in the writer's room. They're being made in the boardroom. And I hate this.
That's my point where I'm saying it's a data-driven decision. That's
Right.
what it says.
Metrics.
Because
Right.
that's what business people do.
Because what Rachel said sounded great. The idea that this is everybody, this whole meal's about a wish come true. Okay, cool. That makes, all right, I get that.
But they're not pushing that.
But they're not, yeah, when you really examine it, maybe 2 fit that criteria. Maybe.
Which two?
We were saying, I believe, Prince Ali, because he wished that wasn't his ultimate goal. It was his goal to get to Jasmine, but still, it was a wish.
But yet no Jasmine. So the wish technically ain't true.
Right. Cinderella, she made a wish with the fairy godmother, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mirabelle, I don't remember there being a wish. In fact, she was denied her wish, but I mean, if you want to get technical with it, I guess you could say her wish came true, but there was no real wish to it.
So she doesn't fit the criteria of a wish. You got to work.
I would
on
say
it.
no. I would say no. She does not. Tiana, I also don't think that she fits the criteria of a wish.
Okay.
Is that fair? Am I wrong?
I feel like you can make the story work. Like,
You can make
to
it
me,
work?
Tiana wished for the place of her own, the restaurant. She ends up getting it in the end. She like literally wished on a star for it.
That's when she ends up kissing the frog, right?
Yeah, but she kissed a frog out of
Because she
He asked
thought,
her to.
yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, she always wanted her own thing. She didn't necessarily need to marry some rich prince.
Right. But
The
then
rich prince needed her more so than the other way around.
unless you call this Tiana's restaurant, she didn't get her wish.
Well, she didn't get her wish in Disneyland either.
Exactly.
She get no wish.
She got her wish in the movie. At the end of the movie, she has a restaurant.
Right. But if she's got swamp clothes and she's just some girl rummaging around a swamp.
It says a lot.
I'm just talking about the movie. She got her wish in the movie.
Yeah, she got her wish in the movie. Yes. I
And
guess.
then Mirabelle at the end, like she wanted an ability, I guess, but more so, I think she wanted to understand her place in her family. She felt like out of place and she was wishing for a place in her family. And then at the end of the movie, she discovers that her place in the family, her power was always keeping them together. And that was her place in the family, was to help keep them together. And so she ends up feeling fulfilled at the end and understanding her role and how she fits into the picture. And that was her wish.
Well, that same token is like Cinderella's the same way. She wanted out of her particular situation.
Right.
Because her stepmother
Right.
and
she gets it at the end.
Maybe there's just an extra step that the executives need, that they just were like, look, just make sure they got a good breakfast in these characters. So maybe that's just that extra step. And maybe they'll get it. Maybe once they see how this all fares out, no pun intended, that it'll work.
If this is all about a wish, how come there's the girl from Wish whose name we can't even remember?
Oh my God.
Was it?
That's a great point.
Why was she not in there?
Why she ain't getting no hype?
Asha. Her name's Asha.
Asha. There you go.
Why she ain't getting no hype? She
What about
fits
her?
all of it.
Because that movie did really poorly.
yeah, I know.
That's because they had politics involved.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to say.
Well-
Keep the politics out.
This is a tiny bit unrelated, but did you see this week they like surprise released Moana 2, like the trailer for it?
I saw that. Yeah.
And it's coming out this November. It's so soon. And I swear to goodness, this is Disney like seeing the numbers for Wish and being like, guys, we have to put out something big right now. Like, whoa.
And they rushed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the rock.
So they were like, hey, I know we were talking about Moana in like the next 3 years, but like, how about November? Does that sound cool? Like, let's do that.
yeah, the rock's got a lot going on. Right
I want to see this. I haven't seen this trailer
yeah,
yet.
me neither. I heard.
I want to see this.
I mean, it looks cool. It seems like to me, everyone was like, whoa, Disney was so good at keeping this secret. Like, this blows my mind. And I was like, this seems like an moment to me. Like, what?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I
yeah.
would agree. I mean, there seems to be a lot of that going on in the Disney organization. It seems like
Because
Disney.
they're not thinking about it.
Yeah. They landed Taylor, though. They landed Taylor. I'm excited about that.
Taylor who?
Swift.
Swift?
Swift.
I just took a shot at that.
For Moana?
No, Disney Plus has exclusive rights to the Eras tour.
Oh, that's like when they did Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's going to be huge. March 15th. March 15th, Swifties. Here we go.
Is Lin-Manuel Miranda returning for Moana 2?
No, he's not.
What? So who's doing the music then?
Man.
I don't know, but he is not returning. I'm telling you, I feel like this whole thing was like slapped together. They were like, it'll do well at the box office. Moana 2. People won't even care. They'll just come.
They're right. I will go. I'm going to go see that one.
I'll go too.
How far will
You're
you
not
go?
wrong.
Yeah.
How far will you go?
I will go to see that.
To y'all's point,
go
I
that
feel
far.
like 1900 Park Fair characters are slapped together as well.
I agree.
They were
Yes.
like, people will come. People will come. It will not matter.
Yeah, people will come. It doesn't matter.
I have 3 thoughts. My first thought is that fancy swamp clothes is a fantastic Google. Everyone should do it. I did that here to try to find out what that looks like.
Are you serious?
Turns out
Fantastic.
there's no such thing. But just if you Google fancy swamp clothes, you get some fun images.
Kirk is mad right now.
Anyway, so that's one thought.
Google search swamp people. You'll see what swamp people really wear when they go to
It
swamp.
ain't fancy.
Wait, I'm
Yes.
Googling this right now.
My second thought is that we have spent much more time thinking about this than anybody at the Disney Corporation has spent.
That is very
thought number 2.
accurate.
And this is why we need a job, Rachel.
Wait, time out. To your point, if it takes like Disney Fan Universe to rationalize why they're combining these characters and
Yes.
they didn't, then there's a problem.
Oh, can I tell you something?
There's a big problem.
You know what?
boy.
Thank you, Kevin, because I saw the Disney Parks blog post and I looked at the comments. They were 99.9% negative.
Yeah, I
like,
bet.
what are y'all guys doing? What is happening here? Why would y'all ever even think to do this? None of this makes any sense. And you know how sometimes people ask legit questions, they respond to them? No one responded to
No response.
anything.
This is what we're doing. This is a directive. You're going to take it and like it.
It's a purely data-driven decision, and that's it.
You're right,
And
Kev.
my third thought about will people come is they, at least right now, and now this could change, but as of Saturday, February 10th, they are not accepting dining plan credits for this meal, which makes me think they are so sure people are going to come that they do not feel like they need to offer a dining plan to be redeemed here.
Dang.
So I think they are very sure that people will come. I think people will come. I think they're going to be right. I think people are so like, when I tell you getting a character breakfast for somebody in the first 3 days of their vacation is next to near impossible. You have to, unless you're willing to like go to Chef Mickey's at 8:30 at night. But other than that, like getting a normal meal time at a character meal in the first 3 days of your trip, very difficult. So I think that people are so starved for character meals on Disney property that they will definitely come to this. They will not care that it's not themed. And Disney knows it because they're not even accepting dining plans.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, I know I would book it only based on pure nostalgia.
That's it.
That's the only reason why I would book it, because
That's it.
I love what 1900 Park Fair was. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to go.
I'm with you, but I would not book it based on, like, 1900 Park Fair means something to me, and these characters do not.
You have a different level of meaning for that, for sure.
Right, 100%.
And that's fair
It's
to
a
say.
mainstay, though.
But to what Rachel said, Mirabelle's never been offered up before as somebody that you can go take pictures with. So,
Oh, wait, that's not true. She meets at Magic Kingdom now.
oh, does she? Okay, my
Yes,
bad.
you know that whole area that Merida used to have?
Yes.
That has all been turned into Mirabelle now.
Oh,
in
wow.
Encanto.
Oh,
Okay.
M
Yeah.
characters. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we'll see. But I just can't imagine people lining up to see Prince Ali. I can't imagine people lining up to see Cinderella when there's umpteen different locations where you can see her.
And you can meet Tiana a bunch of places too.
Exactly. And let alone to see Tiana in her swamp. And again, I
would line
chuckle
up to see her just to
saying
ask
it.
her. I would ask her, why
Why are you wearing
that?
that?
Because the man told me to.
She will have an answer.
When you find someone who's going to a swamp and they're wearing an ascot, you let me know, because I would love to watch that.
I'm going to ask her. We're going in late April. I will come back and report. I'm
All
going to
right.
ask her about her fancy swamp clothes. I'll be like, girl, tell me about these fancy swamp
No,
clothes.
you got to
How did
say,
this help you out?"
girl, it's way too hot down here for those clothes. What are you doing?
And she gonna be like,
What are you
lady,
doing?
I'm making minimum wage. Move on.
What you want from me?
Lots of kids in line.
The only, wait, time out. The only response I will accept is those damn mosquitoes, girl. Those mosquitoes suck.
That's
That's the
fair.
only
That's fair.
response I will accept. But other than that,
Well, we'll see what she says. We'll see what she says. She's
see.
always fun, though. We talked about fun character meets. Tiana is up there.
Oh, Tiana rocks.
She always has fun answers. She's always good with the kids. Like, she's really fun.
We used to see her in Liberty Square with my family, and she was like always awesome. Like, oh, you're from New Orleans? Yeah.
Same here.
all
Exactly.
right.
Oh, honey.
Well, we never had that example.
Yeah.
We never had that experience, but she usually had something really fun to say with the kids. So.
Oh, yeah. What Kevin just described is exactly every character interaction we ever had with Tiana. She'll be like, where are you from? New Orleans? Oh, you from New Orleans? How the beignets? Like, it's always that. It's great. Tiana's a good character.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Now, but having said that, I do think that character interactions, kind of as we said when we started all this, do benefit from having a Gaston or a wicked stepsisters or an evil queen. You need somebody. Those people can really play around and have fun.
Yeah. Why not foils to these people?
Right.
That are showing up.
The nice people can only be nice. You know, it's like these people can really kind of get into it and make you laugh. If you went to 1900 Park Fair for breakfast, you would watch Alice and the Mad Hatter play with each other the entire time. They would be running around the dining room. It was so much fun. And these characters, none of the characters, they don't even fit on the same continent, let alone the same dining room. So, yeah.
Oh, the sun never sets on these characters.
We'll see.
Well, so my question then is, okay, so this is coming out. So now is it tradition versus characters that make you want to go to this? Which one do you pick?
Neither. No, I'm not going back, I don't think.
I'm going back just out of pure nostalgia. I already mentioned that. So I would go back just to see what it's all about. And for the podcast, because I do the podcast.
So curiosity.
I'm going for novelty, like just, it's something new to do. We haven't done this particular one. We did 1900 Park Fair, but not this version. And I mostly want to people always ask me, is it worth it? And that's different for everybody, right? But at least I'll be able to say, like, I went and I paid whatever crazy price they're going to ask me to pay. And here is what I thought. I like to be able to do that. I like to be able to say, like, I've put my wallet on the line, and here are my thoughts based on that.
It's product knowledge. No, that makes sense.
That's a smart way to do it.
So the last point that Disney Parks blog makes is that you will find 12 new portraits created exclusively for the restaurant by Disney artists.
For characters you won't meet?
I have a rant for this. You know what? I learned this from when we attended the opening of that Disney and World War II attraction over in the World War II Museum here in New Orleans. I want to know what the name of the artists that created these portraits are. In the article itself, it just says Disney artists. And if you remember when I asked a question during the Q&A panel, which artist did which painting and stuff, they couldn't tell me the answer. Because they were owned by Disney. I know that Disney is a business that owns your creatives, but you own your creative souls. But at least, man, recognize the Disney artists that made the stuff for you.
That's some artistic
because history,
stuff.
History would want to know. I know that Disney owns your butt, but at least tell me what artist created said portrait.
You think they did a non-disclosure agreement on it?
No, I guarantee they did. I mean, whatever creative made the portraits, they're owned by Disney, and so they are called Disney artists.
Well, but
that's it.
It's like watching wrestling at the end. If you watch wrestling, there's not like, and the script for The Rock was written by blah, blah, blah. Seth Rollins said this, and this was written, like, they're not going to give you those credits.
Of course, yeah.
Because they want you to believe it's all part
of the company.
It's the same person in the same style.
So,
but from the World War II perspective, I'm like, I want to know who did what.
Because you have an appreciation for traditional Disney.
Well, I have a respect for the artists themselves.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
it's like I can go through that World War II exhibit and understand, recognize whose art is whose only because I've studied it. But that's only because I've studied it.
Yes.
But to the layperson that doesn't know any better, they're not going to know.
I get that though. That's their house style. I mean,
it's the house style, but still, at least give.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm totally.
We're
with
not
you.
disagreeing.
Yeah,
No,
but that's going back to business,
right?
So
It is. They own their souls, and that's it.
That's it. That's exactly it. Because they don't want to put out there like it's just done by Disney. They don't want any individual to get the credit in between.
Yeah, and that's why I picked on that particular wording, because that's what they said in the Disney Parks blog. And I'm like, name the baby. God dang it. Name the artist, for
Put it,
goodness
baby.
sake. At least give them some respect. For
that's
that.
fair.
Yeah, no, I see what you're going with. But yeah, like I said, it would be like if wrestling told you who wrote the promo of the guy who just they don't want you to, they want you to believe it's all just magic.
It's just part. It's part of the. It's part of the thing. Yeah.
Everybody's just born to do that style. It's doesn't matter who it is, and how they came from. But
Yeah.
in other words, if you're a person that is not aware of the source material, just whatever is put out to you in that instance. In this case, the artists that are in 1900 Park Fair here, you're just like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's art. You got to dig to figure out where that came from, and this corporation is just gonna be like, hey, look, this is decoration. Check it out.
Let them sign it though.
I'll say this: like I've remembered going there twice now and meeting Disney artists, people actually worked, and they won't even allow them to sell outside of Disney property.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
it's true. Yeah.
that's how closed ranks they are. So do I think it's right? No, not necessarily. But do I think they're protecting their intellectual property?
Totally.
Yeah, 100%.
That is
No, I
treatment.
totally understand. They
Yeah.
hire these people to create their intellectual property, and that belongs to them.
Right. So it's how they do business.
Yes, that's how a lot of them do business. I know a local artist here, a local comic book artist. I won't say his name for speed and stuff, but he actually did concept art for the Batman Arkham Asylum game. Mm-hmm. Like, boom, he
Oh, it's a
has
big
it.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. He can't tell you he did that while it was going on, but after the game has been out, they've done all these revisions of it, and his contract ended because he had a non-disclosure agreement. Now he can post some stuff on his social media, whatever. But you would never know he was involved with that.
No.
So
absolutely
that's
not.
just big business right there.
And that's my problem. It's big business.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know that's the way the world works, but at least give recognition to people that are doing this stuff for
That
you.
would be nice.
That would be absolutely
that's
nice.
my
But
thing.
this goes back to what we said before. A lot of these decisions are not made in a writer's room anymore. They're made in a boardroom.
It's made by
And-
purely data, and I run into that with higher ed as well.
yeah. I mean,
Guaranteed it. It's crazy.
you remember the days where, we talk about this breakfast and how none of these characters fit together and they shouldn't even be seen together. You remember that story about how Walt once saw a cowboy walking through Tomorrowland and said,
That's why he did the tunnels.
this is taken away from the guest experience. This is detracting from the guest experience. When we do Disney World, we'll do underground tunnels so that way no one ever has to see this and be taken out of the moment. That's how seriously Walt took immersion into it. The idea that you have a breakfast, something like that, where none of these characters fit together, that's just, it goes to show how far we've come and how, they just think they can explain it away to like-minded individuals that can just, we'll just accept whatever. Just, it's like ducks at a pond. Just throw me some bread, Disney. It's like that kind of thing. It's like, no, come on. We're paying the premium price for this bread. Throw us some good bread. We'll eat the bread. Just throw us some good bread.
Well, that's why you have podcasts like us that call them out on that bread.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of podcasts that just accept the bread.
Exactly. And it's not
We're
the-
not.
Don't take the bread, people.
That's right. Don't take the bread, Dan.
Leave the bread alone.
Yes.
Although I'm gonna go. So.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. But you also listen to a podcast who are like, hey, look, the bread's still worth it.
It's still
That's right.
edible.
If the bread was
We'll
not
see.
worth it, we would have all packed it up.
Yeah,
a
we've done
long
a
time
different
ago.
show. Yeah, a long time
exactly.
ago, yeah.
What Disney does is they're still the best at what they do. Universal is catching up, but Disney is still the best at what they do. And
Yeah.
so the bread is still worth it. It just, maybe it doesn't taste as good as it used to. Maybe, you have to adjust expectations. And hopefully at some point in time when Bob Iger moves on,
yeah.
we'll get a better
But
quality of bread.
If they don't fix the taste of that bread, they're going to go somewhere else to get the bread.
That's the problem.
And that's where Universal is chomping at their heels.
And I love what Universal's doing, but at the same time, I don't want to see Universal surpass Disney.
No,
wanna see-
as a Disney fan podcast, I don't want to see do that either. But I love to see them hold their feet to the fire too. It's like, hey, and I can't wait to do this Epic Universal show because, yeah, they're doing it right now.
Right. And by the way, when you sit there and talk about how Disney doesn't give their artists credit, find a how they built Universal book anywhere.
Oh, no, they're just as bad. Yeah.
Exactly. They're worse. Like, you have no idea who worked on what rides over
It's just Universal Creative. That's it.
So that Universal is a whole other.
That's a whole nother game.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, look. So that's our thoughts on a 1900 Park Fair reopening. We're curious to know what you guys think, and we're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. Well, y'all, we hope you enjoyed that discussion about 1900 Park Fair and our rebuttal. Look, if you want to learn more about us, magicourway.com is the way to go. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Plus, if you want to get in touch with us to share your opinions on anything we've talked about, you can do so through the following ways. First of all, shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com or call or send us a text message at 1-815-MOWEGAN. That's 1-815-MOWEGAN 669-4226. And of course, we have a couple people do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli does things with comics. Eli, what's up, sir?
Yes, sir. You're out there doing your browsing, you're doing your typing, you're trying to figure out where you're going to go and what are you going to do and how you're going to do it. Just take a little break from that. Just go to the Iron Comics website, www.ironcomics.com. Right there, that's some good stuff right there. Really quick, thank you, Harry. Harry bought all the books for him and Half Nelson. Good guy.
Half Nelson.
They're enjoying it right now as we speak. When you go to the Iron Comics website, you're going to get some good stuff right there that's fully colored, 48 pages, right? All of it. Like, even the big guys, they don't do that. The only ad that you get is for the Magic Our Way podcast. The other big guys, they give you like ads for like headphones and like cars and all this other stuff. I don't know that stuff. I don't own that stuff. This is just where I belong. So that's
You
where
don't
you
own
get
a
that.
car?
I own 2 cars. I don't get ads for them in the book. That's a good point. So looking at that. Anyway, so you're going to see the projects such as The Molly Be Damned, Savages, and of course, Project Geisha. You're going to get links to interviews and blogs, and of course, a link to the Magic Our Way podcast. So you never miss a beat. You never miss an episode. You never miss a trip report. Never miss a movie review. You never miss what's coming down, how it came down, how we broke it down.
Booyah.
Right there. So as always, appreciate the support, guys. ivorycomics.com. Showing the love there. I appreciate that. Social media. All right, look, I'll be honest with you. I got a lot of stuff happening to me right now in life, but I do visit it right there. So facebook.com, Elijah Irie. You can find me right there. As long as you're a real person, it's really lovely to meet you. But if you're a bot, look, I don't know how many times I got to say this. I cannot greet you. You guys are like pod people. Look, you turn into my aunts. You turn into my uncles. You got digits after them. Like, I call my aunts and my uncles. I'm like, hey, did you send me a Facebook request after I've already been your Facebook friend? Like, no. I'm like, I got you. You're a bot. All right. You've been hacked. I'm on you. Right? I'm like, Rodney Pop and They Live. I'm wearing the sunglasses right now. You know what I'm saying? I see you.
It's like you've got an infestation or something. Like, if you don't need to, cover the house in plastic or something. Like, I don't have this many problems.
You don't?
Kevin, do you?
No.
Really?
It's all the porn he looks at. That's what it is.
You think so?
I think it's all the porn.
I mean, even with the Magic Our Way counts, I don't really.
Maybe. I don't know. But they're just showing up all over. Again, though, look, I'll show you when this show is over. I'm just thinking, like, this is crazy.
I was going to say, I don't have this kind of issue.
Like,
no one's cloning my mom.
You don't even
or
go
my
on
dad.
Facebook hardly, though, most of the time, right? You probably got a bunch of friends.
He does.
I go on our fan page.
Well, you go on the fan page,
fans.
but when you don't get the friend request, you don't get none of them.
I ignore all that.
See, if he didn't, you would see the bots. That's what I'm saying.
I just tell every listener to message Kevin, and if Kevin knows him, he'll give him my cell number.
Right. So
That's
if you
right.
see something that's different from that.
I got to talk to JP the other day. That was awesome, man.
I know JP.
Oh,
is
JP
awesome.
rocks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shout out,
Very
JP.
much
Shout
so.
out JP. Yeah.
All the point is fine, So we all know y'all's bots cannot answer you. Saying that right there.
That's right. And Eli looks at a lot of porn. All right.
Hey, don't prolapse this. It's a serious conversation.
Prolapse.
Yeah. So, okay. Also, if you're on Facebook, you can check out the Project Geisha fan page, which people have been showing up the hearts and the likes there. Thank you very much for that. Instagram, EIV504. share the story, get you some glory. Post up the hearts and likes there as well. And of course on X, I can be found on Hancock10166. So yeah, if you appreciate the madness, you just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much.
And if you want to book a vacation to experience the reopened 1900 Park Fair, you can do so through Rachel. Rachel, tell them how to do this.
Yes, I would not recommend booking a vacation just for 1900 Park Fair.
Yes, indeed.
I think you might be disappointed.
Yes.
But not it'll be good. I just don't think it'll be worth the whole vacation.
No.
But if you would like to go to Disney or Universal or a Disney cruise or Royal Caribbean or major hotel brands around the world, I would love to help you get there. My travel planning help is at no extra cost to you and your family, and a little piece of your vacation comes back to support this podcast and this fan community, again, at no additional cost to you. I can help as much or as little as you like. Some people want me to be as involved as like giving them, hour by hour suggestions for their day. And other people just want to book to support the podcast, and then they'd prefer me not contact them again. And I can do all those things. So you just let me know how I can help, and I'm happy to do it. I have a lot of experience with the parks and a lot of experience booking a lot of these destinations. I only book things that I really know. And if I don't know something and for example, you want to go to an all-inclusive resort, I have a ton of great colleagues too. And your trip still helps to support this community. So please give me a call. The best way to contact me is probably through email, and that is Rachel, RACHEL @magicourway.com. Another way to contact me, if it's more convenient, you can call or text me. I have a phone number. It is 978-432-WISH, WISH, similar to the theme of the 1900 Park Fair buffet, the Wish.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, celebrate.
So you can contact me there, and you can also contact me on social media. I am at the letter R, at Our Family Magic on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and YouTube as well. And yeah, please reach out. I would be so honored to help your group. And also check me out on social media. I'm going to have some new YouTube videos coming out of some vacations I've taken. I'm trying to catch up on our YouTube vlogs, and we're going to be going on a pretty awesome vacation at the end of February. We'll be at Disney for a day, but then we're going on a Royal Caribbean cruise on one of their newest ships, the Wonder of the Seas. And I will be posting, I'm so excited. And I will be posting Instagram stories every day. Those show up on Facebook too. I try to get some TikTok videos out usually when I'm on vacation. So check it out there too and follow along.
Nice.
Can't wait to see it.
So look, if you want to access all the info we just mentioned, go to magicourway.com/about us. Also, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way. There you'll find 6 awesome tiers to support this show, and any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. Also, if you want to support us for no extra fee, just a little bit of your time, leave a rating and review wherever you listen to our podcast, whether it's Apple Podcast or Google Play Podcast or YouTube or wherever. Leave a rating and review. It'll let other listeners know that we exist and that we're something worthy to listen to. And we want to thank you for being a loyal listener. And we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast. So make sure you get in touch with us today. So we say Quaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
And you are. Bye!